What do you do when the world feels full of both good and evil? When justice seems delayed, and you wonder why God allows the wicked to thrive alongside the righteous? Jesus told a story about that. It's called the parable of the weeds, or the parable of the wheat and the tares, and it may just change how you see the world and yourself. The parable, Matthew 13:24-30. Jesus said, "The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the wheat sprouted and formed heads, then the weeds also appeared. The owner's servants came to him and said, 'Sir, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Where then did the weeds come from?' He replied, 'An enemy did this.' 'Do you want us to go and pull them up?' they asked. 'No,' he answered, 'because while you are pulling the weeds, you may uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. At that time I will tell the harvesters, first collect the weeds and tie them in bundles to be burned. Then gather the wheat and bring it into my barn.'" Let's pause and picture this. A farmer plants good, healthy seed in his field. Everything starts off well. But one night, an enemy sneaks in and scatters weed seeds across the same ground. At first, it's hard to tell what's what, but as time passes and the plants grow, the difference becomes obvious. Now the field is mixed, wheat and weeds, side by side. What does it mean? The disciples were confused too, so later, they asked Jesus to explain it plainly, and he did. Jesus explains the parable, Matthew 13. Here's how Jesus broke it down. The sower is the Son of Man, Jesus himself. The field is the world. The good seed, the people of the kingdom, those who follow God. The weeds are the people of the evil one, planted by the enemy, the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the harvesters are angels. At the end of the age, Jesus said, the weeds will be pulled up first. They will be bundled and burned, a symbol of judgment. But the wheat will be gathered into the barn, a symbol of eternal life in God's kingdom. The message behind the parable. This parable tells us something profound. Good and evil exist side by side and will continue to do so until the end. We often wonder, why doesn't God just destroy evil now? Why are the wicked allowed to prosper? Why do we live in a world where injustice continues? This parable answers, because pulling up the weeds now might destroy the wheat too. In his patience and wisdom, God allows both to grow until the right time. God's patience isn't God's permission. Just because evil is allowed to exist doesn't mean God approves of it. And just because the harvest hasn't come yet doesn't mean it never will. The day of harvest is coming. Justice will be done. Every plant will be known by its fruit. A deeper question, what kind of seed am I? This parable isn't just about the world out there. It's about the heart in here. Ask yourself, am I growing toward the light of God, or am I choking out truth and righteousness? Am I producing fruit, or am I just occupying space in the field? Practical lessons from the parable of the weeds. 1. Be patient with God's timing. Evil won't last forever. The harvest is coming. 2. Don't be quick to judge others. You don't know their roots. Only God does. 3. Focus on your own growth. Your job isn't to uproot others. Your job is to grow, deep, strong, and fruitful. 4. Trust in God's justice. He sees every seed, and he will judge rightly. Hope in a mixed field. Sometimes you may feel like you're trying to live righteously, but surrounded by chaos, deception, or injustice. Don't give up. Don't lose heart. The wheat and the weeds are meant to grow together, for now, but the harvest will come. Reflection questions. Take a moment to think, am I growing in faith or drifting away? Do I spend more time judging the weeds than tending my own growth? Do I trust God's timing when justice feels delayed? In a world full of both beauty and brokenness, God is still sowing good seed. And he's calling you to grow, right where you are, among the weeds, in the tension, in the waiting. Be the wheat, grow tall, stand strong, bear fruit, and trust the Lord of the harvest. If this parable spoke to your heart today, please subscribe to the channel for more powerful Bible reflections, and leave a comment below. What part of this parable challenged or encouraged you most? Until next time, keep growing, keep trusting, and remember, you are not forgotten in the field.